All right, time to get the water, but I've been doing something new here lately. Primarily because I lack discipline. Yeah, I said it. I like discipline in many areas. So after a workout like that, if it were cardio, I'd do this a little differently, but that was a lot of like resistance training, as ab rollout. There's a lot of just resistance. So protein helps with that. I definitely tap into creatine. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this to replenish that. The reason is, and there's mixed perspectives on this. Well, if I take this, my body doesn't really need to kick in so much and replenish creatine if I'm giving it to it. That's not good, but the upside is I'm saving my body a lot of extra work. If I can give them this, my body can focus on repairing the muscles differently or metabolizing things differently. It's just one less thing that the body has to do 100% on its own. So I'm just kind of giving it a little head start. So creatine, biotin. Basically, I'm just trying to grow my hair, and I'm impatient. Multivitamins, M&S. I take M&S 3, and then this is the coolest part. Something sugary. I'm doing half a scoop. So this is a vitamin drink with a little bit of caffeine. So what that does is, it just kind of gets everything in my bloodstream a little faster. So it's got, let's see, caffeine, 120 milligrams, about a cup of coffee. Spark, not the drink. The one with that thing. Yeah, and protein. That's it. So I'm gonna mix this real quick and go outside and get in the creek. Come on, okay. Yes, it does taste weird having strawberry with vanilla and creatine. It's freaking weird. But I don't think you have to do this. If you want to, do it. If you don't. Great. That actually tastes pretty good. I sweat my eyes. You're welcome, body. You're welcome. And I'm putting in a dip. Sorry, body. Sorry. But come on, man. Drink water, working out, good sleep, protein, creatine, vitamins. So I'm supposed to beat myself up over some dip? Hell no. Why is, in our culture, two questions. Blowing snot rockets. I mean, so like, what other animal, first of all, what other animal covers its freaking face when it sneezes? I don't think any do. Just us. So I get it's kind of, looks gross, but I mean, it's just done. No tissue, don't pick in, just good. Maybe a little. That and why do we go try this out? Go brush your teeth. Hit pause and go brush your teeth. Okay, now when you're done, hit play. Now if you do the thing like a lot of us do, we go to the sink, we wet our toothbrush, wet it, put toothpaste on it, wet it again, and then kind of tap the water off. Why do we wet it twice if we're just gonna? I know we want to wet the brush, but it's just, I don't know. It's like a waste of water and time. It's just one of the weird things. Like, why do we do that? I used to do it until I realized that's a waste. Anyway, okay. Got a lot of shit today. Oh, I'll go with the entertaining one. This is just a theory for you gentlemen out there. And ladies, you'll probably appreciate this. Maybe not. But men, according to science, and of course someone else will disagree completely, I don't want to give a shit. This is research that I found and it makes sense to me. Sex, men, our job is pretty much, not genetically, but like historically, primitive shit is spread the seed. Think about most mammals, not all, but most, they'll impregnate many different partners throughout the mating season. Why? Because they're trying to increase the population, spread their seed. That's how animals survive. And they keep life going. Holy shit, it's windy as fuck. Ah, that hurts. So yeah, we're just, in science's eyes, I'm worried someone's gonna be like, did he just say men are supposed to like spread their seed? That's what it is. On a scientific level, yes. Physiologically, that's what we're kind of designed to do, at least. But we're humans now, so things are a little different. We don't need to, knock up 7, 8 different girls every season. Because I don't want to raise 7. Yeah, that's just crazy. So we pick one partner and we tend to do that. So here's what I'm getting at. How much better would sex be if us as men tried our best not to finish or climax? Think about it. Now, statistically speaking, I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure most women can vouch for this. Honestly, vouch for it, that men climax much more frequently than the woman does. So your partner, basically. So if you and your man or you and your woman, y'all get it on like 100 times, it's a good chance the guy will get off 90 to 100 times versus the woman, not the same numbers. Just the way it is. I don't have that problem, so I'm not talking about me. Does that really fucking matter? No, it doesn't matter. I'm terrible in bed. Or I'm the best. It doesn't fucking matter. What I'm getting at is, what if we were to focus, us men, or women that get off every single time, if we were to focus not on getting off, right? If you were just to stay, like in the moment, I'm trying not to sound hippy-dippy because it turns me off sometimes, but here's what I'm thinking. Thinking about finishing, that's at the end. That's the future. That tells me my mind is not in the present, it's in the future. I'm just waiting for the end, waiting for the end, waiting for the end. But if there is no end, no like highlight end, the highlight of the experience is just the experience, not the finale. I wonder what that would do to my brain or your brain and your partner's brain, how that would affect your sex life if you just gave a shit about being intimate and not finishing. Wonder what that would do. I think it'd be something kind of neat. So, I ain't doing that shit. Fuck that. I want to finish. So, want someone else do it and then tell me how it went. Just kidding. I'll probably try it out. Okay. Talk shit to yourself for being irrational. That's fun as hell. I did it last night. I was reflecting on seeing that pretty girl's face, and I was like, why are you trying to look so pretty? Like, you don't need to show off. What are you, insecure? And then I was like, I realized, no, she's just pretty. I'm insecure about something. Oh, cover my balls. I never thought I'd be on recording a video to post on social media that includes the words, oh, cover my balls. Yeah, so the girl, pretty. I thought she was trying to be extra pretty because she's insecure, but really it was something I got to work on my end. Haven't figured that out yet, but I'm not too worried about it. No, I think part of what I figured out is I can be petty. I can be petty too, and I don't like it, but I'm not gonna, be sad about it because I'm already like disappointed that I'm petty sometimes. So I'm not gonna be sad that I'm sad. Again, that's like 2 against 1. Let's keep it 1 to 1 or 1 to 0. Me in charge. So last night I was trying to get I was going back to that douchebag that posted on my business page and called me fucking idiot and said he teaches people that you can eat raw meat, which you can't eat raw meat, which is kind of funny now that I think about it. You can eat raw meat depending on what kind of animal it is. Well, after the deer I kill, I'll skin them not skin them in the field dress them, take a chunk out of the liver or heart, not to like be awesome cool, but it's a thank you, and it's good, super healthy, not cooked, just literally, there it is, it's dying or dead, still warm, cut it open, take the liver out, have a good snack. Totally fine, or the hamstring, whatever. So, screw you, douchebag, you're totally in the dark. And before you attack someone, you should probably make sure you don't sound stupid by researching what shit you're actually talking, because you look dumb when you're wrong and talking shit. So anyway, I was in the mirror trying to wrap my head around that, and here's the shit talk I had with myself. I was looking in the mirror, brushing my teeth, wetting the toothbrush just once, just saying. And I just imagined I just went to talk to someone, and they were like, they just had an attitude. I'm like, dude, what? You okay? You have a problem with me? Like, what's going on? And eventually the person's like, yeah, this is all in my head, right? So I'm talking shit to myself in the mirror, like actually verbalizing. A high sign of intelligence is people that tend to talk to themselves out loud. So it doesn't mean I'm crazy, it just means maybe I'm smart. I don't know. I saw it on like someone posted on Facebook, so it must be true. I like to believe it. I'm just gonna believe it. I'm not gonna stop talking to myself, and I feel like I'm pretty smart, so whatever, it doesn't matter. So I was looking in the mirror. I'm like talking to the other guy in my head. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Why are you mad at me? The other guy's like, it's your fucking beard. You walk around with a big ass beard, and you think you're the fucking shit. You have the king fucking beard of the world, and you're so cocky about it. And to me, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I mean, it's a beard, whatever. It's kind of orange. I like it, but I'm not saying it's anything special. And that's what I said. I'm like, it's nothing special, dude. Like, just my beard. Yeah, fuck you, Will. Fuck you, fuck you. Now you're being all Mr. Humble. I got a perfect beard, rubbing it in everyone's face, and now I'm like, oh, I don't even mean to. I don't know, I'm perfect. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm not thinking any of that shit. I just have a beard. I have a beard, that's it. Yeah, oh. Sure, yeah, now you're super humble. Oh, I guess you're calling me an asshole. I'm cocky, that's what you're saying. Like, no, I'm not. What the fuck is up with people? And it was interesting that I can kind of create that conversation in my head. I think it tells me I do have the potential to process that kind of information, like be a little petty. And so in essence, it was me talking, but I was talking mad shit to myself. Like, you fucking retarded? You're mad because I have a beard? And it made me kind of laugh at myself for being petty. And that helps me kind of forgive myself. Like, my philosophy is with problems, you can either laugh about it or cry about it. I don't like to cry about it. It doesn't feel good. Sadness isn't like a good feeling. Laughter is. And at the end, it gives you a similar result or same result. But I think laughter gets you there much faster when you can just laugh at your faults. Like, yep, that was pretty shitty. I'm kind of embarrassed. Okay, well, let's work on that. Okay, let's work on it. As long as there's work, progressive work, like, I don't know. I'm not going to give anyone else shit if they're trying to improve. But if they're just shitty and they're like, well, I'm a shitbag. Whatever. It bothers you? I don't care. Like, it's all about me. Like, go away. I'm spitting a lot. So we talked about talking shit to yourself. Don't have an orgasm. And using other people's opinions to critique yourself. It's a very tricky topic there. So talking to a client, and been doing a lot of this, I guess it's kind of life coaching. And where was it? Kind of using someone else's opinion to measure your own self-value is fucking tricky. There's value to it, but there's a huge disvalue to it. So you can either give yourself a positive service or disservice. Is that the word? Disservice? See, something bad. I forget the term. So for me, here's what I do. I reflect on myself very frequently. Not constantly. I used to be a constant, kind of unhealthy, worrisome mindset. But at this point, it's like, no, I got a checklist in my head that I live by pretty much every day. As long as I follow those rules that I set myself for my own life. No one else told me these ideas. These are just what I feel is a good standard for me. As long as I live by those every day, I feel pretty good about myself. I make mistakes. I slip up. But I feel I'm one of the most stable people that I know when it comes to self-confidence and self-value. I have my dark times. PTSD does fuck with your perception of yourself. But aside from that, it's pretty steady because I follow these rules. So when it comes to someone else's opinion, here's where it gets tricky. You know, I see myself as a strong leader with a lot of shit to fucking learn. Forward, respectful, patient, which is really fucking hard because I'm not patient really at all. I just put a lot of work into it. And loyal. Let's say those 5 things that are on my mind. So I put the effort in to do that, and I put that on my checklist in my head every day. Like, was that disloyal? Yeah, shit, fix it. Was that loyal? Of course. Good job, dude. Pat on the back. Good. You're doing what you want to do in a good way. So at some point, if someone's like, Will, you're really patient, which I hear a lot, which is weird because it's like my biggest weakness. But again, I put in a lot of work. God awful amount of work. Good Lord. The people in my life that have stressed and challenged me to my fucking core, I guess thank you, because I've had to learn how to be patient didn't want to learn because this shit's hard. But I learned patience, and now it's a very powerful tool. It allows me to do things, enjoy things a lot better, knowing I have patience. And sitting in a tree waiting for deer for 10 hours, for days on end, and then seeing nothing. Yeah. And I'm gonna start torturing myself. Side note, I watched this video the other day on torture. I'm taking this course in September. It's it's a survival course, 45 days, and part of it is a week-long kind of like interrogation, escape kind of thing, seer, more or less. And they hurt you. I did it about 6 years ago. Looking back, during it was pretty scary, but after it wasn't too bad. But this time it's for a certification for me to be certified to teach this stuff. So I'm sure they're gonna up the ante. So this was like British CIA torture or something. They don't hurt you. They just put you in a really small box, no light, claustrophobic as hell, like barely be able to move, no way to be comfortable. And then they start blaring music, crying babies until you break. And the lady that was doing it lasted 12 minutes, and she was like, she looked a little fucked up for the next few hours, like, I don't know what the hell just happened to my brain. Shit. So I'm gonna build a box and play, you should try this. Put myself in a box, no locks, and I'm gonna blare Yoko Ono, Kiss Kiss, backwards. Look that shit up, it'll drive you crazy, because the brain wants to find patterns. And Yoko Ono, the way she sings, I don't know, it's not really good music at all, but they play it backwards, so it's just like, your brain's just like trying to gather itself while it's uncomfortable in a dark room, horrible position to be in, loud music, ears are ringing, fuck. So, some military guys I know, they were in that situation for 3 fucking days. They beat them up, put them in the box, put them outside, put them in the hot, put them in the cold, torture them, beat them up. Like, hey, one guy I met 2 years ago, he was taking a SEER course. He was in the Army. He was a pilot. So they train you how to survive in urban and wilderness situations. And if you ever become a POW, how to get through the torture process. So what they do, they torture you. The guy I met, smart guy, nice guy. So they went into it. And he's like, all right, this is going to suck, but it can't be that bad. I mean, it's the Army. They're not going to really hurt us. And as soon as they got there, I think they were on their hands and knees, zip ties behind zip tied behind their back. And the instructor came up to one of the dudes, no bullshit, like cold cocked that motherfucker as hard as he could, like decked his ass in the face hard, like not some sort of like make it look hard, like no, he jacked that dude in the face. And my buddy was like, holy fuck, this just got real. So hearing someone 2 feet away from you get fucking hit in the face so hard that you can hear it, like, oh my god, this is real. And it got real. So anyway, I'm gonna start torturing myself. So when I get to this course, I'm more prepared. And it's more patience and more discipline, and kind of want to see what comes out of my brain, the things I'm scared to address. I don't like that long term. I like to just get it done. So I don't know. I'll see how long I last. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm gonna torture myself. Okay. So other people's opinions. So, I'm loyal, respectful, patient. When someone at some point is like, Will, you're a patient person. I appreciate that. It's like, oh, external checklist, like someone else noticed. Okay, so I'm getting so good at these skills that it's being noticed by others. That means I'm doing a pretty damn good job on becoming the man I want to be. So that, in that case, I think that's healthy to value someone else's opinion. Someone could be like, yeah, Will, you're an impatient asshole. Like, I'd be like, it's kind of rude, but I'll be patient. You'd be like, well, what do you mean? And I thought it's like, fuck you. You blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're just angry. It's not me you're angry at. You're angry at someone else or you. You're just thinking, I'm going to let you take it out on me, which I won't. So you got to be careful with that. And if you live your life, if everyone else around you is hitting the check boxes for you, something's not fucking right. You need to have your own list of check boxes. And if you're checking those boxes every day and someone else checks it for you, you're probably doing all right. But don't forget, some people are enabling. They'll tell you stuff just to make you feel good, because sometimes they have their shit going on and they're sad and depressed, and what makes them feel somewhat happy is making someone else happy because they don't know how to be. Unhealthy, but a lot better than someone that's unhappy that tries to make everyone else unhappy. Fuck you. Don't do that. Josh. That's right. Is that your name? Oh my God. I'm just imagining visualizing. I'm not a bad motherfucker, I don't think, but I have spent probably well over 1,000 hours kickboxing, but I mean, like, actually, like, fighting, and some jujitsu and some Krav Maga, but like full on, like, I'm trying to knock you the fuck out and you're trying to knock me the fuck out. I'm trying to hurt you, you're trying to hurt me, but it's all fun because it's, it's your sparring partner. And sparring, you're supposed to like not go 100%, but it feels so good sometimes to hit someone in the face and get hit back. It's like a dance with pain. It doesn't actually hurt that much. So we always ended up being like, yeah, no, we're not sparring, we're fucking fighting. Coach would be like, dude, headgear, like, we're just sparring. So basically what I'm saying is, like, hundreds of hours fighting. I'm just thinking about that douchebag if I ever had to throw hands. I'm like, why would you? Maybe he's a crazy son of a bitch and knows a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm just like, the odds are pretty fucking low on his end. Which makes me wonder, like, why you would ever stir up shit. It's a long tangent. Thank you for listening, if you listened. If you didn't listen, that's okay. Yeah, but your checklist should be, you're in charge of your own checklist. And make sure you ask people that will be honest. If I'm, let me think. I got an old friend, Jessie, super sweet. No, she would be honest too. I think we all have a friend that if we're feeling down about ourselves or made a mistake and we want to feel better, we all have a friend or two that we could ask, like, hey, so-and-so said I was rude the other day. What do you think? Oh, no, he was just in a bad mood. You're great. You're perfect. Like, don't ask them for perspectives. It feels good, but it's probably bullshit. And you know who I'm talking about. But if you have a friend that you're afraid to ask because you know what they're going to say is probably going to hurt your feelings, that's probably who you want to talk to. So for me, I got my brother. Sometimes I'll ask my buddy Dave Grasty. But he's kind of like the sweetheart that will do his best to make me feel good. But there's some things that it's really different topic. Appreciate you, Dave Grasty. But I'll go to my brother, my sister, my mom, my old friend Jessie, the lady friend I'm talking to. There's a select few that I know if I was in the wrong, they will be like, no, you were an asshole. No, you were in the wrong. But they're also tactful about it. So when you're trying to get clarification on if you're doing well, if you need some sort of extrinsic guidance, not approval, just guidance, make sure you have a friend that you can ask and they will tell you honestly. And if they're going to be a dick about it, but it's still good information, then just learn to accept it. Long fucking videos. Today's the 5th. Little pro self-defense tip. Last tangent, promise. I got in this fight, this is years ago. I was just messing around, I was at a party. I think I've said this before. It's a funny story. And it might just save your ass. I was at a party. It's a college party. It's probably 10 years ago at my younger brother's college. Everyone's getting drunk, having a good old time. And I was training jiu-jitsu at the time. And someone mentioned this other dude used to be a high school wrestler, and he's pretty good. And I was like, oh shit, wrestling versus jiu-jitsu? I'm curious and drunk. So was this guy. But anyway, at some point, hey, how's it going, man? I'm Will. So Dan's brother. I heard you're a really good wrestler. And he wasn't really in a good mood, I guess. He was like, yeah. I was like, you want to wrestle? I think I was in that state of mind where I think I'm being funny, but I'm not aware that he doesn't think that. But in my mind, I think I am. I think we've usually the asshole at the party. I used to be the asshole guy that would, when he drinks, he'd be a dick. But I thought I was funny, so sorry, everyone. But anyway, this guy, I was like, yeah, you want to wrestle? He's like, nah, man, just fucking go away. I was like, that's rude. So I kind of like, come on. Kind of like nudge his shoulder a little bit. Come on. He's like, dude, no. I was like, then I started getting kind of irritated. I'm like, I just want to play. So I nudged him again, and then he just looked down. There was a big porcelain bowl full of popcorn on the counter. He put his left hand on it. No, right hand, excuse me. I was to his right. He grabbed it, and I was like, there's no way he's gonna try to hit me with that, because one, I'll see it coming. Two, nothing I've done warrants him hitting me with a big ass heavy bowl. So I watched it in slow motion. He grabs it, lets it come down to his waist. All the popcorn falls out. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And he just comes up and just, bam! Fucking cracks me right across the face. Blood splatters on the freaking counter, on the cabinet walls. Yeah, whipped. I saw the blood and I was like, you motherfucker. I was like, uncalled for. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Doesn't matter. The point is, here's what I did. So as I turned, like, I didn't want to hit him. So I just went and tried to get him. I got him in the chokehold. So he was bent over in front of me. I had his head here, his hips away from me. And he did the smart thing. He didn't try to fight. He just grabbed my balls. 2 hands. And squeezed like a motherfucker. So going back to, you can laugh or cry about something. You can cry or fight or flight, I guess, would be better. So I could have flighted, let go, and hoped he let go. Or fight. And I guess that's my personality in this situation is I'm not taking the risk of me letting go and you not. Fuck that. I'll deal with the pain. So he grabbed my balls and squeezed. I squeezed his neck harder. He squeezed harder and started pulling. Like, he had a full fucking grip. I think I was wearing like athletic shorts. So he had a pretty solid grip. And he pulled. So I tightened up and he yanked and yanked and yanked. And I just got fucking angry. And I just lifted him off the fucking ground until either he tapped or he went limp. But either way, I made sure, like, I'm just not quitting. That's just what I did. So I guess I won. I don't know if that's a fight, but either way. Moral is, ladies or men, kicking someone in the balls doesn't always work. If you catch them off guard, then they're not like full of adrenaline, that'll probably be effective. But if someone's angry, for me at least, he could have kicked me in the balls 30 times. Wouldn't feel it. I mean, he had both hands and like fucking yanking like a mother. I could feel like those are my balls. That's not good. I better do something. But I tuned out the pain very naturally. So again, circling back, I said all that to say, as I was sitting down, I was adjusting my balls. I'll just say it. And this is some weird personal shit. Ladies, don't do this to see if it works. It fucking works. Don't mess around with your man and see, because it freaking hurts. It'd be kind of like, I don't know, punching you in your little tiny part, in your lady part that's super sensitive, fucking hurts. Grabbing the sack and just the flesh and yanking it, not the balls, the sack. What am I talking about this for? But no, if you actually stretch the skin, the scrotum, aggressively, the stretch doesn't hurt. It's just the sensation that comes with it right afterward. It's very painful. So if you happen to be in a position where you got to defend yourself and that's all you have, don't worry so much about the testicles. Go for the scrotum. Shit fucking hurts. And that's enough, man. 28 minutes. God almighty. I'm gonna do breathing solo just because it's a really long video and I'll probably get in solo. So